Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of A Link to the Past. So, in this episode, we are actually going to get a lot of crap done. I'm planning on getting the last pendant, the pendant of wisdom. I think that's the one we need. And we have to get it from here, the Tower of Hera. So, I'm planning on defeating this dungeon, and I'm also planning on getting the Mastersword, and I'm planning on getting a few other things too. And how this is going to work is I'm going to do some more extensive editing in this video because, first of all, this dungeon, it has so many holes in the floor, and you'll see them in a little bit. We haven't really, since we just entered the dungeon, we haven't really been to the tough parts yet. But there are so many places on the floor where you can fall down, and when you fall down those places, you will end up in the floor below you, which can be really annoying at times because then you have to go back up the stairs and go through all those obstacles and stuff again. And then, of course, there's a couple, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back up here. But there's a couple rooms where they have these floor tiles running into you. And what I do, I don't know if there's a specific strategy for this. I mean, I guess I've always been terrible at using my shield in this game. I don't know why, but I always have been. So what I do, I just swipe with my sword like this to get rid of those. And of course it still didn't quite work because a few of them hit me. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to be editing more because I know there will be places where I will fall in this dungeon, and you don't want to see me repeat the same things again. Plus, the boss fight can be really aggravating. I'm not going to lie here. The boss fight, it's like there's this caterpillar dude, right? It's like one of these things, only bigger. He will run around crazily like this in a very unpredictable manner. And if you run into his eyes, then you will bounce off of them and you will fall into the floor, which is absolutely horrible because when you fall during the boss fight, you will have to repeat the whole entire fight over again. You can't go back and do it again. I mean, you can't continue where you left off. You have to start all over. So, yeah, that's a boss fight I've always found frustrating, and I think it's even harder than fighting Aghanim, or whatever his name is. I don't know, I've always thought of Aghanim as Ganondorf, because, I don't know, I find him very similar to Ganondorf. You know, I mean, I find all of those bosses in Zelda similar. I mean, they're all kind of the same, just like Ganondorf, but that's not the point here. Anyway, and also, when I go hunting for items, you know, such as the Mastersword and mainly heart pieces and other treasures, I probably edit out the parts where I'm walking around Hyrule Because I'm sure by now you all are, and see look, I've already fell down here. But that's okay because I can go right up the steps here and it's not a big deal. But anyway, but I'm sure by now you all are pretty familiar with the layout of the land of Hyrule now. Especially since I've done those I did that exploration video, and there were a few other videos where I did a little bit of exploring, so you don't really need to know like every single place that I walk to, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be editing the places where I'm just walking and trying to get where I want to go. I'm going to edit, shoot, and see, look, here I go again. Of course I had to do this, because I can't watch my feet. But anyway, yeah. I will be editing the parts where I'm just walking around out. And you'll get to see the cooler parts. You know, where I'm actually doing something. But of course you'll get to see where the Lost Woods is and all that, because we haven't explored the Lost Woods yet, and that's where the Master Sword is. Awesome. And okay, I need to kill this guy. He keeps running into me. I need a heart. I need a heart to refill my heart meter too. And here's a treasure chest. Let's see what's inside. It's the compass. I didn't really need that. And over here is a big treasure chest. Let's see, what does he say? An orb known as the Moon Pearl is in here. And we have to get this Moon Pearl because of the fact that if we have the Moon Pearl, then we can go to the Dark World without turning into a bunny. So, when you are playing this dungeon, guys, make sure that you get the Moon Pearl before... Why can't I... I'm trying to hit... Oh, well. Anyway, as I was saying, make sure that you get this Moon Pearl before you fight the boss. So what we need to do, we need to go in this room up here, and we need... I'm looking around here. See, you can change where the holes are by stepping on that little... I don't know if you call it a switch or what, but anyway, you have to fall into this hole, and then that will bring you right here, and we get the Moon Pearl! Awesome! It's so pretty too. It's like a pinkish color. It's pink, it's shiny, it's so pretty. So I'm glad that we've got the Moon Pearl, because now, like, that's what we mainly needed from this dungeon. Because now we can go to the Dark World, and we can actually defend ourselves a little bit. Now if you fall into this hole, it will send you into these cauldrons. I don't know if they're cauldrons or something else. I always call them cauldrons. And of course you're probably thinking, oh no, she's going all the way back to the bottom. Well, that's not quite true. Because see, what I want to do, I want to refill my life meter with fairies. And you can go down there as many times as you want. It's better than trying to get hearts out of those jars there, because those little bouncy bug dudes they will knock you around and it's not worth it. So, and you can put fairies in jars too. That'll help you during the thing. And see, I'm already getting knocked around a little bit. I always try to stay in this little area right here. And see, like, he can be very unpredictable. He follows you with his eyes a little bit though, so you just have to get him to follow you, and then you have to... Ow! I just bumped my elbow. And then after you get him to follow you, then you have to sneak behind him and slash him with your sword, because his tail is the weak spot. Also, and oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I finally defeated this guy. And honestly, like, I think that he looks like a caterpillar, like, made up of a bunch of hamburgers. I don't know why, I just think, like, each part of his body looks like hamburger buns, and it looks like there's some lettuce or something inside. I don't know. That's what I've always thought ever since. I'm pretty sure he makes an appearance in A Link Between Worlds, and that's the first game that... Like, I played that game before I played this game. But anyway... And another thing I was going to say, I ran out of time, but what you want to do, like, when we were fighting that boss, you can also run into him with the Pegasus shoes. And that'll, like, sometimes you'll be able to hit his tail while you're running past him. So that is a really good strategy, too, when you're in battle. Right now, we are at the pond. Well, no, we're at the Mysterious Pond. And you can only throw in a few of your items. I think, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, you can only throw in the boomerang and the shield. And this fairy will give you a better shield and boomerang in return. So, I am going to throw in my shield now that I've already done the boomerang. Let's see, where is my shield? There it is. Awesome. And she is going to give us a red shield. It's going to look so much cooler than the little tiny shield that we have. Your shield is improved! You can now defend yourself against fireballs! I'm so happy now because that's exactly what I needed. I needed a shield to defend myself against fireballs. Okay, now I'm going to get that piece of heart that I saw while I was at Zora's River. And I know I should have gotten it before when I got the Zora's Flippers, but I felt like I didn't have enough time at the time. But now I want to get it because I want more, like, I want another heart container here. And yay, we got the piece of heart. I'm happy. Now if you go under this bridge, there is a guy in a tent here. And I guess he's homeless or something. I don't know. I don't know why he's camping out under a bridge. Yo, Link, you seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, because that is exactly what we needed. We needed that empty bottle. Now we have 3 bottles that we can put things in. And I'm going to go inside this cave because I haven't been in here before. It's in the middle of Lake Hylia, in case you didn't know. This is the Pond of Happiness. Not to be confused with the Mysterious Pond. So what you want to do, you just want to keep throwing rupees in until they give you something. That's really all you want to keep doing. So just keep throwing rupees in. So, but anyway, I'm really happy because today I finally got The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. And I've never played the Minish Cap before, but I hear it's a pretty fun game. And I've also been watching videos of another Let's Player, and she's been doing the Minish Cap. So I watched a few videos of those. I really liked how the game looked, and, you know, the gameplay and everything. It looks really cool. It's another 2D Zelda game. And, I don't know, I like the 3D Zelda games better than the 2D ones, but the 2D ones are still pretty fun, and I like to play them a lot. So yeah, and it's real, like, the Minish Cap is really cheap too. It was only $7.99, and, you know, $8.47 counting tax. That's how it was on the, Wii U Virtual Console. That's where I got it at. It's so cool, the Minish Cap. But anyway, yeah, you can run into trees, and sometimes you'll get apples and stuff if you run into them. The apples refill your hearts a little bit. They serve pretty much the same function as hearts. But right now we are up northwest. We are up northwest and we are in the Lost Woods. And I'm going to go this way. I have a feeling, okay, this isn't the way. That's just a fake sword. And I'm trying to shoot. I was trying to get away from that stupid thief. But for some reason I got stuck. But I'm pretty sure this is the way to the Mastersword. And look at all these cute little animals. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so epic, guys. We got our 3 pendants here and we pulling up our sword. Suddenly, Sasharala contacts you telepathically. Link, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Link. So now we have the Master Sword, which is the Sword of Destiny. And like Destiny, fate happens. Link help, the soldiers are coming to Sanctuary. Aye! So of course fate happens and Zelda is captured right after we get the Master Sword. So we have to go to Hyrule Castle, and yes, I want to pick up this mushroom because there is something we need to do with it. But yeah, since Zelda was captured, we have to go to Hyrule Castle and we have to bring her back. And I mean, we have to defeat Aghanim. I'm pretty sure that's who we're up against this time. So yeah, there was a piece of heart in that hole. That's just a thief. I don't think he'll steal anything from you, but I'm just going to keep my distance just in case. And I think I really need to leave the Lost Woods now. Now what you want to do, like after you get that mushroom, take it to the witch here. And then you want to come back later because she will give you some magic power. Not magic power. Magic powder. Magic powder will give you tons of good uses. I mean, for one thing, I read this online, but if you sprinkle magic powder onto an anti-fairy, it'll turn into a fairy. So that can be very useful when you are in one of the harder dungeons. And I didn't even know that those were anti-fairies, but they're like those little balls that have flames and stuff that spin around. I thought those were just little tiny skulls that had flames and stuff spinning around, but it turned out that they were anti-fairies. But anyway, now we want to go back over here to Death Mountain. And I mean, I should have done this. Well, actually I couldn't. Because first of all, you have to have the Master Sword to do this. And get out your good old book of Mudra, and you will get the Ether Medallion. And you'll have to use this later. I think you have to use it to enter a temple or something. But that is it for this episode, guys. I will see you guys in the next episode.